channel, everybody. I'm going to try a new segment called Driving in Cars. And before I hear all you people say that I'm not focusing, you'll notice that I'm looking straight ahead. Anyway, so let's talk about my car real fast. This is just going to be a general news episode, I think. Did a compression test today. And good news is that the back bank is all even. It's low, but I didn't do this when I first put it together, and so I think a lot of it's just no VTEC on giant cams. It's 142 or 143 PSI across the board. The front is 155. Whoa. I guess turning the wheel, you lose my face. Leak down's 6 to 7%. So we're going to clean the injectors, check lash, because that's what you do when you have a small block Chevy. Cut an oil filter. We learned that I'm a goofball and forgot to put an O-ring in my blow-off valve. So I've done all of this with giant boost leak there. Well done, Aaron. Congratulations for not following any of your own advice, but I'll admit it. Also, shout out of the week goes to Ismail Gonzalez, who apparently is the king of everything. So, yeah, you do you, bro. I hope you have fun with your slow car on 28s. If you can't do things on small tires, don't talk to me. That's why you got blocked. And I think that segment is pretty much over. We're going to talk about Bosch O2 sensors and what are real O2 sensors and what are not real O2 sensors coming up. Here is the sensor that everybody gets and are told it is a Bosch sensor. It is Bosch compatible, I suppose. Maybe it's made in the same factory, but as you can see, it is kind of silvery tan, no distinguishing markings. Yes, it has an LSU 4.9 on the other side, but this is what a Bosch sensor looks like. It clearly has Bosch right here. It has been heat cycled. You can see it goes tan to purple. The difference is we have had this sensor bad out of the box. They don't read right. They don't last. They seem to have some very substantial issues. They never get warrantied. Might as well just throw it away. And it comes in most wideband kits that you are going to buy, or most replacements that you are going to get off the shelf if it does not come in a box that says Bosch on it. And for reference, this is a Bosch 17025 is the one that we use as a replacement because it's more or less the same length, width, and all of that stuff. Anyway, so that's the fake sensor news. And moving on, the whole weekend that we were in Indy, I had problems getting my flash drive to cooperate with the AM and actually record data logs. So I was able to figure that out now that we're home, which, great timing. This particular box over here for the USB log switch, that's how mine works. It's higher voltage off than on, probably because of some setup thing I did incorrectly, but at any rate, it works. There are two channels, though, that I know of now that can help if you have this problem to make sure that it's working. Number one is this: host USB device present. If you have a 0, that means it doesn't see your thumb drive. You need to A, get a new thumb drive, or B, format, and do not do the quick format, but format it to FAT32. It'll take you about 30 minutes and it should be good. Then you have this, USB log request. So if this is showing a 1, then this should show a 1 to tell you that your internal logging is on. Not the PC logging, but the internal logging. So that's today's AM Infinity Tech tip. I think that kind of sums it all up. I was going to get some pictures of the spark plugs in here, which will probably follow me talking just so that you guys can see what we had. But I'm happy that seems the long block is fine. So when we get the valve covers off to do the lash, I'm going to look at the springs since they were turning 9,300 RPM this weekend. I'm going to look at the cams, make sure that they look okay. Obviously, we're going to do all of that because I'm taking the intake manifold off. I kind of have to get the valve covers out of the way to make that a little easier. So we'll check all 12 injectors, make sure they all flow good. And at this point, it seems once that's all done, I'm going to cut an oil filter, put it on the dyno, do a 4-5 shift, and figure out what happened on the last pass. Maybe it was just a fluke. Maybe it was some bad plugs. We're going to find out though. Anyway, guys, I hope everybody's doing good. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye.